Now we are going to take a look at deadlocks. Okay, we already know what a deadlock is. Okay, deadlock is a cyclic wait condition, which means my D1 is waiting, or rather my T1 is waiting on T2 to release, let's suppose, D2, and T2 is waiting on T3, let's suppose to release D3, and D3 guy is waiting on T1 to release, let's suppose, D1. Okay, here what we have is T1 has a lock on D1. Okay, currently T2 has a lock on D2 and T3 has a lock on D3. Okay, and obviously whatever T2 wants, that particular lock is not compatible with what lock T3 already holds on D3. That is why T2 has to wait, right? So such a condition is a deadlock condition. So how to tackle deadlocks is going to be our next topic of discussion. So how to tackle deadlocks? Okay, there are basically two ways to do that. One thing is, either you can prevent deadlocks. Okay, if there are no deadlocks, you do not have to worry about deadlocks at all. There is no concept of tackling deadlocks then. Okay, prevent deadlocks. How do you prevent deadlocks? You can use a timestamp based protocol, right? We have already studied certain protocols in which there is no possibility of a deadlock. Okay, or other thing is, you can detect deadlock and recover from it. We will see what that is in a short while. Detect deadlock and recover. Okay, so these are the two techniques to tackle deadlocks. Okay, let's talk about deadlock prevention for a while right now. I'm going to write deadlock prevention. Okay, one of the simplest way out is, if you want to use a log based protocol, okay, you don't want to use a timestamp based protocol, then what we can do is, you can simply make an additional rule that says lock all the items in advance. Okay, lock all the items in advance. So if this rule is applied, then there won't be no deadlocks. Okay, there won't be any cyclic waits in the system. Okay, actually, if in a two-phase locking system you apply this rule, then that system is called as conservative two-phased PL. Conservative two-phase locking protocol. Conservative two-phase locking protocol. Okay, two-phase locking protocol plus this condition results in a conservative two-phase protocol. Let's see how it does not allow a deadlock. Okay, just realize T1 is holding a lock on D1 and it needs to lock D2. So what does T1 require? T1 requires D1, D2. Okay, T2 is holding a lock on D2 and wants to lock D3. So what does T2 requires? T2 requires D2, D3. And T3 is holding a lock on D3 and it requires D1. So these are the data items required by T3. So let's suppose, as per this protocol, I have T1 guy and T1 requires D1, D2. So what he is going to do?